Wait, it's not connected? Hold on. Yo, yo, yo. How'd you guys do? Let's get a poll here real quick for today. And then let me make up a poll. All right. So how'd you guys trade today? We have so today we'll go. I'll wait a few more minutes, I guess, for people to come in. But I'm gonna go over a few of the trades we took with everyone today. This one I took by myself. But I did call out the longs for 3 risk reward there. So if you took that, make sure to send your profits, in the free chat. Or you can share it in the course members chat if you're interested. We have a section for this winning trades only, so you can send them in there as well. I'll just ping everyone in the Discord. I know a lot of you guys don't have your notifications on, so I'll just ping that real quick. I said I was going live like 30 minutes ago, but had to manage this trade, and I basically took out 2 risk reward here, trailed stop loss. Very rare that I trail my stop loss, as you guys may know from, I talk about it all the time, but I rarely ever do trail stop loss. But this is one of the situations where the market's going to close in 30 minutes. So I'm not interested in any wickery going on that could happen within the last 30 minutes of the market. So I just trailed and I closed there. Originally, I was targeting the high here, which of course we can still go for the highs now here if we want to. But obviously, trail stop loss got hit. Took just basically 1 short and 2 longs today. Like I said, we're trading at all-time highs. You should not be shorting. Try not to short as much as you can. If you're gonna short, don't go for scalps or go for very conservative TPs. Like this TP, I did not go for the lows or whatever. I just went with internal range liquidity here, which is basically just our internal POIs. Let's see if we do go back to the highs though that I was looking forward to as my original TP before I got my trailing stop loss to get hit. But so far today, 3 for 3, man. 3 for 3. 3 for 3. 343 and got 3 people watching, and let's see how many people ended green today. Because honestly, today was one of those days where it's very easy to trade, and you should be making money on these days because, like, dude, we're just going in one direction. So, like, I don't see any way you could have ended red, but I did send out a poll to everyone to see how everyone else did trade. But so far, it's 2 greens and 0 reds, so looking good so far today. And then no trades for me on gold during New York session today. I was mainly focused on ES today. So it's just ES because on gold, took nothing on gold. I did see a few setups that obviously played out, but aside from that, took a few trades on gold yesterday during the ADA session last night. Caught about eight risk reward trading gold in ADA session. But yeah, we'll see what price does. I mean, market's basically closed right now. You could say technically you're gonna get volume till like 4:45 p.m. when it officially closes for like the spread hour. But in terms of New York Stock Exchange, it's closed. Why is the mic? I have to change the mic volume here. Don't know why I changed. Okay. Should 80. All right, cool. We got some more people joining right now. I'll go over the trades taken today with everyone in a few minutes. By the way, do you guys know any good cameras for like webcams, like cameras for like streaming that you guys recommend? I know Sony's are pretty good. I'm thinking about getting a better camera at some point. I've upgraded since the last time, but thought I might as well get like a better camera. And I made recently, this past week, made a good amount of changes to some of the indicators, just the UI user interface. Aside from that though, everything else is fine. The structure indicator did a pretty good job today for marking out structure with the break structures. I don't mark these by myself. They mark them automatically based on my indicator. So markings are pretty good. Same with the sweep marking. I was originally looking for highs because we did take out 30-minute inducement. This is why we had this huge sell-off here that a lot of people are probably going to think it's news, even though this is not news. This is actually a very normal price action when we hit high time frame POIs like this 30-minute inducement here that I called out to the group ahead of time. If you're in the premium group, you know I called this out. Here's a screenshot of also me calling out when I was going to take the trade long as well with a 3 risk reward, which is basically, this is basically the best setup of the day, unless you caught the initial long down here, or even this long is pretty good here. But this was a nice continuation long here after sweeping the session highs. So that was the long I caught out to the Discord ahead of time. If you're in the group, you would have saw that. Same with my bias. I was targeting this 30-minute inducement above. We do have a huge gap above, hence why originally when I was in this long here, I was going to look for the highs here, but then I just showed my stop loss because it's the end of the day. And, you know, if we just start chopping up around, I'm just going to close my trade. Wait, hold on. Let me move my stream. Actually, no, I'll keep my stream on this side. We got 0 votes in the poll right now for number of people to trade today. There was a company that reached out to me also. They wanted to do some partnership, but I denied them. I wasn't too interested, to be honest. I'm quite picky with like partnerships and such of certain companies. We'll see. I'm curious to see if price is gonna hold the low here or go for my original draw, which is the highs here, up here. So that was my original TP. Then trail my stop loss, and then trail my stop loss, and trail stop loss got hit. I guess you could say in this situation it saved me from a potential. I mean, we'll see what happens here, but secured 2R off of that last minute trade here. Again, you can just have your alert set here. There's a PY right there off my indicator. You can even enable alerts in the indicators as well. And you'll be able to catch trades like this without having to like stay on your computer or stare at your screen the whole day, you know? So it's a good way to like be able to trade passively in a sense. But yeah, we'll see. I think if price is gonna go down, it's I don't really see too much, to be honest. If we're gonna go down, we're probably gonna go down hard. Off this 30-minute inducement, we could go like down here. Back all the way down to New York session low right here. Basically this low, these two lows. I could definitely see that happening if we don't hold a demand here, but only time will tell. We'll see what happens. It's obviously not going to happen today, but it's a possibility for a high time frame outlook. It's a possibility. I do hope, though, everyone in the group that did cash the longs with me, because you guys know my win rate's pretty high. So when I call out trades, you guys should be. Well, I don't want to say it's a signal service, but you guys should be taking the trades I call out to the group. Because for the most part, I'm really focused on taking very high probability trades. You rarely find me taking very low probability trades because those are, you're just gonna lose, right? Or very likely to lose. All right, if we're gonna dump here, we're gonna go very low, all the way back down here. Quite curious if we would even get like a huge dump at this time of day when your session is closed. Because usually I don't check the charts like at this time. I'll be way done with my session. Like I was done here for this first long here, and then I just came back and I got found a good setup and I just took it. You know, these trades you have to take them very fast. Gotta take these setups very fast. Because this is my impulse model, right? Whenever you see momentum in the market, guys, don't get scared. Well, obviously don't take a random trade in the middle of nowhere. You gotta have some context behind the trade. There's very good context here. There's a PY right here that was unmitigated. We took out all this liquidity above. This like forward breaks to the upside. This is a solid trade here. And then obviously the downside trade worked today. So you had an entry. You can use my IFVG entry model if you want to here to take the downside trade. I didn't take the downside trade, but you can see it worked out here. Yeah, it won't be 100% accurate with the market, right? But my win rate is pretty damn high. It's like in the 70%. Honestly, dude, if I was targeting like 1-to-1, I was thinking about this. If I was targeting 1-to-1 with the trades I take, I could probably achieve like an 85% win rate. But it's still not as profitable as my 70% at 3 risk reward. Oh. Again, if you guys are new here, you could join the free Discord. I'll have the link. Well, it's in the chat if you want to join the free Discord. And then if you want the WAP to learn how to trade, you can check it out. It includes access to the private chat where you'll get like trade ideas like this one I called out for 3 risk reward today to the group. If you don't believe me, here's a screenshot from the executions. I made a separate execution channel recently for the Discord, so you guys can see all my trades specifically in one place right here. So there it is. I told everyone I had a limit order here to set at the OB entry model here, and I just waited. I got filled, and boom, literally no drawdown in this trade too. Absolutely no drawdown. So it was just an amazing trade. If I was rating this as an A setup, this here delivery is very good. So this is like an A. It's probably gonna be a little bit iffy just because we did take out high time frame inducement, and if you did want to go lower like what we're doing right now, that's going to be where we're going to go lower, right? You see this later, we came out to 50% here, and then we did not fill the entire gap, so we still had this gap all the way to the upside here, right? We did not fill that gap. This was something I was just forward testing here to see like if we could fill the entire gap or not, but we didn't at the first try, so all this becomes inducement. Damn, we might be able to get that nice dump to the 5-minute demand below. We might even break below this 5-minute demand here. Aftermarket, that would be kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Alright guys, if you did trade today, vote for the poll to see how everyone else traded today. In the group at least, so far it's 100% of people are green today, which is good to see. But there's so many good setups today. So no reason to be red. If you're red, you did something wrong today. And I think what you did wrong is probably counter trending the whole day, right? But even then, there's so many shorts. 1, 2, 3. This one you TP here for a scalp if you want to. 4, 5, 6. Like honestly, today you could have made money trading both shorts and longs. So unless you're like taking random trades with my system, you can't be red today. Trading ES, it's great today. We actually had structure, as you can see, lower highs or higher lows, higher highs. Usually we won't get like something this clean. Let's see gold today. So there's really nice longs on gold during London too after I finished trading. Gold, you just be trading with the trend the entire day. So we had this 5-minute fractal sweep here. You could have took longs here, you could TP there, come back, you would have got another entry model here. With my strategy, you would have gotten another long. Again, just targeting the highs, right? Because we're bullish. We are bullish. And then if you hit some sort of high time frame supply on the left here, you could take this setup here to the downside. Both entry models played out here, as you can see. And then this here, there's nothing mitigated here. So I was looking into this just like to forward test, and I didn't find anything here. So this was something that I was just looking into. But this whole thing was basically a 5-minute right there. And then you had another entry going long. So dude, gold, you would have cooked today on gold. Could have been like a 20 risk reward day if I traded gold as well. But screw it, we ball. 8 risk reward, 3 for 3 on ES today. Oh, I forgot to put the chat up on Stream Elements too. Whoops. Where's the chat? There's a chat. It should update soon in a minute here on stream. Yep, there's the update. Cool. Also, for those that are in the course already and that have like completed it or done a good amount, if you could also leave like your honest review of the course, that would be great as well. To add some reviews to the WAP. We have 8 5-star reviews, but I'm looking to get more reviews here on the WAP. And I also opened up a anonymous feedback form to receive feedback from you guys. If there's anything you guys want to see added to the course, things of that nature, fill that form out. Because I'm always looking to, find ways to help you guys, I had some feedback from the indicators, but most of the indicator stuff was already resolved over the weekend or over this week. And then got some feedback on the course. Bill, it doesn't matter, man. Just backtest. All your questions, or a lot of people's questions in general, you can just find just from data collection, just like backtesting. But from my trade journaling and live trading, gold and ES, it's the same stats basically. There's also going to be like a 5% standard error like difference in the win rate and the risk reward. Gold, I can make a little bit more risk reward than ES because it's more volatile. And oil, we don't even have to talk about oil, dude. Oil, it's so easy to get like 7 risk reward trades in oil. But yeah, gold is a lot more volatile. You can get bigger movements because the expansions on gold, like they move past the swing highs or lows a bit more than ES. That's why you can get bigger moves. Right now, I'm just waiting to see if we can take out these lows here. This would be very interesting because I rarely ever look at price, honestly, after I finish trading. Let's see. Let's check in with the squad. So still 2 people green in the group today, no people red, and then one of our private mentorship students is green, and then the other one was green from last night. So we're doing very good here, man. We're doing very good here. Let's go. What is this recent subscriber name? 976 Low Josh Shake. Bro, what? And then another course member apparently hit 19 risk reward trading gold yesterday. What the heck? 12 risk reward, 19? I don't know, but to me that's crazy. That's more than how much I made on gold last night. I only made 8 risk reward on gold. I made 19? Damn. I easily could have made 19 too if I just held, but you can see how far my long if I just held could have went. We went over 20 risk reward on this long if I held, but I usually like to take each mitigation cycle. So I take this long here, wait for price to come back, take this long here, wait for price to sweep, take this long here, wait for price to come back, take this long here. Because over time, those it's a bit more effort, but you will make more risk reward returns trading like this. So it's more effort, but you'll make more returns. Nice, man. We got 2 people ending green today. Let's go in the chat. I feel like a lot of people should have ended green today. Like no matter what system or strategy you trade, I think today was pretty damn good. Everything literally worked out like exactly like how I was anticipating. I was anticipating to the group that we go up for the 30-minute inducement. Look, I literally drew it at 12:15. Send it to the group chat for the course members and the prime mentorship students. This is my high time frame bias. And look at what price exactly did. We literally went to the tick to my bias. Straight to the tick to the inducement. And then look what happened after. We melted down. So literally today played out like picture perfect to exactly what I was seeing. Like with my strategy. Like there's like, I don't know, there's just no error today at all. Basically predicted every single movement in the market today. There's even very good longs continuations you can see. Both you could have taken too with my setups I teach you guys in the course, but I was done, dude. It was a good day for me. 3 wins. It's better to take like 3 wins and come out like 8 risk reward, for example, than to like take like 7 or 8 trades and 50% win rate and then make 8, you know? There's less effort, more output, if that makes any sense. I got a video for YouTube. You should do a passing FTMO challenge quick. Dude, I do that on the stream. Don't even gotta do on the YouTube. What was it? Last stream, I think, or was it 2 streams ago? I let you pass an account, a fresh, brand new account on stream. It was just off 1 trade. Was it 1 or it was either 1 or 2 trades I took on stream live in front of all you guys and just passed the account easily. So I'd rather do it on stream than like pre-record myself passing an account, because that's just like, dude, people can fake that. You can't fake live lead trading live like this. So I already did, like, you could say like a funded account challenge pass on stream already, 2 streams ago. Again, low effort, high output. That's what I like to trade. You know, that's why I built this trading system, because you can put in low effort in terms of like, you don't have to take like 100 trades. Some people scalp a lot in the markets, so they take like a lot of trades, so their frequency is very high, but they come out with not much risk reward. I'd rather trade more on the smart end, where I don't have to trade as much, but I can make the same, if not more. Bill said, do you trade oil often? I used to trade it a lot, but once I started the trading floor and the trading group, basically, since I gotta like explain my trades and everything live with everyone, it takes too much time. So I've basically condensed down my pairs to just ES and gold now. Used to trade 4, now I just trade 2, and it's fine, you know, because I'll get more time to focus on each pair in a sense, even though I could have done the same with 4 as well back then. But it's a cool way to lock things in, you know. You don't have to trade 20 different assets to be profitable. I think you should at least trade 2 though, personally, because if you get bad price action on 1 pair, you can always just switch to the next pair, you know what I mean? But like, if you get like let's say you get good price action, then I guess that doesn't really matter. But if you get bad price action, you can just switch to other pair to trade. So you don't have to worry about forcing trades, because people that trade one pair, one problem is that, I'm not saying it's bad to just trade one pair. If you can manage your emotions well, it's fine. But if you can't, I think a lot of people can't manage their emotions well, then it's not a good idea to trade one pair, because you're going to force trades even when there's bad conditions. Today is an example of where we have amazing market conditions. Like there's longs and shorts entire day for both sides too. Like even after I TP'd here, I was done because market's about to close soon in 30 minutes. I'm not going to really look for a trade anymore. But you see the shorts played out here too. I just didn't take them. Again, I'm not going to act like I take every single setup, right? Like look, I did not take this. I missed this because I was helping out the group with some questions, or the course member group for some questions. So I missed this trade. You know, I missed a short here. I missed the initial long down here. I didn't take this short here. I also missed this short here. I'm not gonna show you guys say I took every single trade, you know, but there's like 20 risk reward with my trading strategy if you trade just ups and downs today, just bouncing around, which is insane. But I was okay with just taking 3 winners and just calling it a day. This was what? This is like a 3-hour trading session here? Yeah, about 3 hours. But the main call out I sent to the group was this long right here. If you want to join the group, join the WAP, okay? You can use the code STREAM for $100 off today, off the course. But you get access to the private trading group. I called out this long here with my bias as well, which hit to the tick, and called this long right here. I told everyone ahead of time too, so you guys can get ready to enter a trade with me. Took it, and I gave everyone my target, and it hit the target. Also, I'm pretty sure I can't trade FTMO because my country's banned. Bill said, yes, I trade ES and gold only. I pass on NQ and sometimes YM. Cool. I looked into YM a long time ago in my trading career, but it didn't entice me. I like to stick to the major ones, so I just did ES. Everyone knows the S&P 500. It's like it's one of the most liquid things you can trade. Gold is also extremely liquid too. So gold is very good too. What was your experience trading YM though? Around 7 p.m. yesterday when market dropped is when Trump tweeted he was putting 35%. Oh, was that why? Oh. Oh, I'm guessing your 7 p.m. is my 8 p.m. Yeah, no, I didn't peep that news. Well, to me, that it's not gonna affect, that news coming out is not gonna affect my trading. I don't trade fundamentals because once the news comes out, it's too late. Dude, what? I'm gonna be honest, dude. I thought this was just a normal market move. There's a few times where the market does dump like this, like without any news. So I thought this was just a normal market move. It's not like this is a 2% drop. It's only like not even 1%. But yeah, that's pretty wicked here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I do think there's a market algorithm. 80% of the market volume is algorithmic with different algos going against each other from different firms. But I think there's one centralized one that just like runs everything and balances between for liquidity purposes, right? Because I think if there's not a centralized system of some sort, the market's gonna be out of pocket. The movements are just gonna make no sense at all. But look, as soon as 8 p.m. open with my kill zone indicator, ADA session, that's when it exactly tanked. Right at open. Right before open, you can see like there's no way this is some manual person hitting the sell button right at 8 p.m. Like, do you guys see this? We have so low dead volume, and as soon as 8 p.m. hits, boom. So, just saying. We went back to 50%. We made it high time for inducement. I want to see if the market can go for a low New York session low today. I don't think it will. The volume is pretty dead, but I guess you could just never know, right? It is also Friday. And honestly, I know some people trade like based on like days of the week. I don't. It just, I don't have, there's nothing I found statistically that helps with like your win rate on certain days. My win rate stays pretty stable across like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure why that theory ever came to light, but I don't know. Someone tell me. Someone here enlighten me. If you do use some, I think it's ICT. I don't know exactly where it came from, but it was some time theory situation. Someone was talking about like, what was it? TGIF? Something? Good Friday? I don't remember. It was something regarding the days of the week and like best days to trade, worst days to trade, just based on the day of the week. I think it's complete BS. Best way to trade, guys, is just judge based on what you see on the chart. Are the conditions good? Is price delivering good or bad, given your strategy? Some people have an amazing strategy in chop. Other people do not. You know, it just all varies on your own strategy. That's why like you need screen time for your specific strategy, guys. Otherwise, you know, I can't help you. Again, if you guys are new, join the free Discord. I had the link included. I'm going to record a quick trade recap after the stream for y'all. But I had the link included to the free Discord. You can also join the course today for $100 off. All right, you just use the code STREAM today. It's $100 off. So you can go check it out at the end of the stream. But here are the stream trades or not stream trades. Here are the trades I took with the group today. Okay, here's a screenshot of the call out I sent to the group chat. If you want access to the private trading group chat, you just have to get the course or mentorship, and this is like a little bonus you get, essentially the private group. But yeah, I called out this 3 risk reward long here to the group ahead of time, and a lot of people took the trade. A few of our mentorship students sent me DMs of them taking the trade and everything, so it looks good. And all of our members today are green. So I sent out a poll. I sent out polls pretty often to the group just to check in. It seems like everyone was green today, so looks good, man. Looking good. Why is your A session only 3 hours? Because kill zone. I use kill zones, and every kill zone is 3 hours long. So some people use different times for kill zones. I just use the times that statistically work for me because I just go online and I check the volume. I forgot what website it was called. It was something regarding the volume volatility. You just look at the times that have the highest volume, and that's literally the best times to trade. You don't want to be trading when there's no volume. If you're trading Forex, you're going to get slipped or spread. And spread in Forex can get very bad. Before I moved over to futures, when I was trading Forex, spread can really mess up your risk reward. Don't underestimate spread, especially in low volatility. It can really mess it up. Good thing is I have a high win rate, so to me the spread is like whatever. I'll still be green in terms of my EV, even with the spread being high. But it's just in terms of like your profitability, it's going to be much harder to build a good buffer, you know. Welcome, Mr. Monopoly, to the group. Again, you guys aren't in the free Discord. You can join up. Okay, I have the link in the chat for those that are interested. But, you know, looks like everyone's been trading very good today. In terms of the YouTube, we got 4 votes, 3 people ended green, 1 person ended red. So shout out to the 1 person that ended red. You got to figure out what you did wrong today if you ended red, because this is very good price action here. Even if you're shorting the whole day, you still be making money. Unless your strategy doesn't work or you have a psychology issue, that's 100%, you know, you got to blame yourself. Is your strategy SMT, ICT based? I wouldn't say we got a new vote. We have 4 people green today. Nice. I wouldn't say it's really ICT. I watched like a little bit of ICT stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't much until I stopped because he does a ton of rambling. So I don't know. I wasn't a big fan, but I'll definitely say it's SMB or SMC based. That's basically what my strategy is consisted of. Half of my strategy I learned online, as in I implemented a lot of different things from different people, and then the other half is from pure experience, which is when I developed my own concepts on how I view the market, and it's worked very well. So I've never changed ever since. R said, can you start a live stream when the session starts so we can see you trade it live and see your thought process? You can see it live if you join the group. If you join the 100 group, I'm always in the chat all the time. Since now I have an executions channel where I go over my thought process, my trade ideas, my bias, and everything. Just like today, for example. Again, it really does not matter because like sometimes I'd wake up late and we still come out catch bangers, because time to me is like, I know a lot of ICT traders, they focus a lot on time, but to me, from my data collection, it's not that important. Like I was still able to catch 3 banger trades even outside of kill zone. This is what people consider lunch hour too, right? I think this is what ICT traders consider lunch hour, something around 12, I think. And 2 bangers, back-to-back trades, sniper TP, sniper entry, sniper exits. So it's just like, to me, like I said, time just really does not matter to me. Trading strategy works wherever and whatever pair you want to trade it on, it works. So you can just go back test it. I recommend you guys, when you get the course, you can even just go through like just the first section to learn my strategy. Go back test. You'll immediately find out from your back testing that my strategy is profitable. A lot of my students all have profitable results trading my strategy. So again, recommend you just do that. If you want to be profitable or get hit profitably quick, that's like probably the fastest route, is to really just learn the first section of my course and then just back test, and you immediately find after 3 months, I don't mean 3 months of back testing, but collect 3 months of data from your back testing, you will be green from month to month. Unless, I guess the only time where you can say where any retail strategy doesn't work is if your account size gets too big. So like if you're trading like I guess I don't know exact number. I'm not sure. I'm not there yet at that level, but let's say you have like 100 million size dollar account and you're risking like 1% per trade. So it's like a million per trade. I don't think any retail strategies will work at that level because you're gonna get slipped. So instead of like getting your price here, you're gonna get filled in the market like probably up here. It could be worse. It could be up here. I'm not entirely sure because I don't trade with 100 million. But that's why like trading scalability, there's still like a limit in a sense to how much you can scale before you have to change your strategy. But I think once you hit the 100 million mark, you're already set. You're kind of set for life in a sense. You don't need to, like at that point, you don't even need to trade anymore. You can honestly just put your money in other investments and just make passive income. You can put like a million into the S&P, you'll make 100K just passive income every week. Or sorry, not every week. What am I saying? Every year. So there's like a certain cap to trading in terms of scalability. But most people don't even get to that stage where they reach that cap anyway. So it's just like usually people don't talk about it too much, and why I don't really talk about that too much either. It's not something relevant or important until you get there. It's why you see like hedge funds, institutions. I highly doubt they trade. Anything you see on YouTube for free, I highly doubt they trade that. It's very, very unlikely they trade that way. Their like system process is a whole different situation. It's a whole different thing. Remember guys, this one candle here is like the size of a $10 million order. So like if you entered here, you get filled here for 10 million. Because I remember back then I would be using Bookmap and I'll look at the candles corresponding to the order flow. I'd see like this size here is like 10 million roughly. So it just puts into perspective like truly how liquid the market is. I think too many people are stuck up on prop firms where your orders aren't getting sent to the real market, so you don't ever have to deal with liquidity issues like spread or anything like that. But once you trade live on a personal, your orders are going straight to the market. So you're not going to get the exact price you want. But R said the course is too expensive for me currently. Okay, no problem. No problem. It was cheaper before also, by the way. But yeah, I've been raising the price of everything. So the mentorship price increased, the course price increased. I've been increasing things slowly as I add more value to each and everything. But you can go back and just watch the live streams, because there's a few live streams where I started streaming, I think around 10 or 11, where I started trading that session. And I basically traded the entire session on stream. So just go back and watch it. I mean, like again, like I said, it's literally free. So you can just go back and watch the streams. That's what I recommend. You know, it's free content. So if you're willing to put in the effort to become a profit trader, you'll be willing to put in that time. I know the streams are quite long, but that's what you're asking for, right? To see it live. So just go back to watch the streams. Oh, also, I'm quite curious. What platforms do you guys use for trading? In terms of like just social media. I don't think any traders are on Twitch. I think it's like a lot of people told me it was like mainly Twitter and YouTube. In terms of the net risk reward this week for the group, in the JTrade's executions, trade my strategy. I have to count out the specifics, but I roughly estimated we're up about 35 plus 2, which is 8. So about 37 risk reward for this week. So if you just trade my strategy, trading gold and ES, just those two pairs alone, most of my trades were taken in New York, but sometimes some of them were taken in Asia for those that trade gold. You could have taken those trades as well. It would have been up 37 risk reward for the week. So, you just do the math here. That in a month, that's over 100 risk reward. It's 148 in a month. So that's why I called the course, for those that are wondering, I called the course 100 risk reward because with the course and the knowledge I teach you guys in there with my strategy, you can make 100 risk reward a month consistently. Still working on the structure indicator. There's a few things I need to try to optimize for it, but it did do a good job today. So like these blue markings and this marking here, I didn't draw them myself. These were auto drawn by the indicator. It just means this is a new high. You look for a pullback and trade towards that next high, which is right here. This is a 2-hour trade off my PY on the 1 minute impulse model TP. I have my trailing stop loss that got hit here for 1.94 risk reward. Here is the 3 risk reward impulse model with the impulse delivery taking out London high and New York session high for a 3 risk reward. Here's the OB intra model I cut out to the group. Going long, targeting the week high. We had an SMT here. I exited slightly early here. Some people held to the high because we had an SMT. We came back, did a mitigation cycle, continued higher. So 3 risk reward there. Once you simplify down and dumb down my trading system, it's just so easy. Like this is like, I don't know, you can just literally spend like a week and you should be able to see all of this here. Basically, this is years of knowledge condensed into a week right here. Or in this case, into 3 hours of price action. We should be going lower here also for this 5 minute below based on my indicator. So that's what it seems like we're doing with price. Market's about to close in a minute here, so makes sense. Like I said, if you just join the free Discord. We have also the course on sale right now for 100 off just using the code STREAM. So definitely recommend checking that out. And here are trades taken during gold or during the Asia session on gold. This was from the Discord as well. Held it for a previous day high, which is my draw on liquidity. I even called this draw on liquidity on gold too in that group, all the way down here, right? Because I was telling everyone to long down here. So if you're one of the course members or in the prime interest students, you already saw my announcements. I was telling you guys to long down here. We swept the 30-minute supply or 30-minute demand here, tapped into 30-minute demand. You have inducement here. This is a mitigation cycle. We literally had the full mitigation cycle after sweeping here. For me, break even. I did a continuation here easily. Got a 5 risk reward. You could have taken a nice trade here and a trade here. So 2 entry models that both played out, and then we went for pre-stay high. Remember, direction, if you get draw on liquidity direction right, just using my trade ideas, I send you guys to the group, you should have like a 70% win rate. And if you're going for like 1-to-1 R scalps and you're a course member in the trading group, you probably have like 85% win rate. Just going for 1-to-1s. I think a lot of you guys are probably overcomplicating what it takes to become profitable. All it takes is just to learn something, practice it, train your eyes to see it over and over again, and just backtest. A lot of that is done through backtesting. I just treat live trading the same way I treat backtesting. There's no difference in like how I look at the chart when I live trade versus when I backtest. It's the exact same thing. I've done 4,000 plus trades in backtesting and taken thousands of trades live. So there's just like nothing different for me at this point. It's the same thing. It's the same. I'm just repeating the same system, same process every single day, trading with everyone. That's it. You don't need to buy all these psychology books. You can, but if there's stuff on YouTube for psychology, you can just watch that. Honestly, for psychology, I recommend skip it, guys. Your psychology is just discipline. Okay? Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. It's just discipline. When you have a good system, your psychology is going to be naturally very good. If you have a bad trading strategy or system, your psychology is going to naturally be very bad, even if you're disciplined. And that's why people tilt. That's why people lose in the markets, because they don't have an edge. Without an edge, your psychology is going to go down the drain and it's going to become trash. So I don't think you guys want to be that guy being unprofitable for 10 years, because there's people out there that are probably unprofitable for 10 years and they don't understand they're actually just in a cycle of psychology for 10 years. So once you get the edge figured out, psychology becomes a lot easier. And if you guys do trade NQ, don't you worry. You can still join the group, because majority of the course members in the group that are killing it, they trade NQ. So a lot of people in the group actually trade NQ. I sent out a poll also, just to poll everyone, and most people trade actually NQ and gold. Seems like a lot of people that also are that recently got into trading too. I noticed like a trend. They're all trading NQ. Not sure if that is because of some trend going on, things of that nature, but that's just what I noticed with newer people that just joined. And again, if you guys want to get access to the live trade ideas, just get the 100 restore course, and that'll be a bonus that you get included with that. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Trying to get 11K by the end of this year. I think we might be able to hit 20K. It's gonna be a far stretch, I think, but I'm trying to be optimistic here. Trying to be as optimistic as possible. What's up, Juan? How's it going? How'd you trade today? That's what I'd like to see, guys. 86% of you guys ended green today, and 100% of the course members and private mentorship students with ETU ended green today. That is what I like to see. That's awesome. Today we had great price action, man. I'm telling you guys, man, when you get great price action, you can make 20 risk reward in a single day trading my strategy. I just missed out on 20 risk reward because I woke up late today. So I missed the kill zone where you would have made most of your money. Money, 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 money. How do I get like GIFs to show up on stream? Y'all know? Is there a button I can go to activate those or something? Let's see. I don't know. Elements. Let's see what they got here. Is there any trading ones? All right, let me try this one out. Let's see what this looks like. I'm trying to get an overlay for the stream chat. Oh, snap. There we go. Oh, no way. Don't tell me I can't. Oh, snap. We're cooking. We are cooking right now. Gonna use this for now temporarily for the chat. I feel like my videos have upgraded a good amount since I started doing YouTube. Fun. Oh, no, it's over. I have to put this under. No, now it's missing the side. I think that looks goofy. Yeah, we'll just have to put it underneath. There we go. Gonna rename this to chat box outline. Oh, what the heck happened? I gotta resize this. If you want to check out executions, join the group. I have a screenshot from the Discord exactly right before I called out the trade here. So everyone in the free, or not the free group, in the private group, you could have taken this trade here. I called out this 3-risk reward here. Said I was waiting for my limit to get hit. I had a limit set at exactly this price and it hit and we got 3-risk reward. It just took a while to get this trade. What the heck? All right, that should be good there. Yeah. All right, nice. Perfect. See if I can combine these two. Now I'm broke. If you're broke, I'd recommend you don't trade. So to anyone that's like broke, just don't trade. Because to make money in trading, you need money. A lot of people tell you guys you can like go from 0 to what's it called? There's some wild gurus out there. Someone was saying you can go from $100 to $1 million. That's just not possible. You guys gotta stop living in fantasy world if you guys believe that stuff. You literally cannot trade if you have no money. It's literally impossible. I'd say even if for a personal account, if you're trading futures, you're gonna need at least like even 1K is going to be hard to trade with. If you're gonna do proper risk management and risking 1%, I don't think you can even trade properly with a 1K size live account. You would have to basically up to percent risk, honestly. So yeah, if you were to open a live account anyway to trade, you'd need at least like 1K to put into a futures account. And it has to do with the margin requirements and such. because you're not gonna like unless your stop loss is tiny. Otherwise, with the typical stop loss size, you're gonna need like at least 1K to have proper risk management. Otherwise, you're kind of just gambling on that one account. And let's just say I don't promote gambling here, so yeah, that's my view on trading. Don't trade if you're. Don't even try to get into trading if you're broke. Go get a job. You know, I worked a warehouse job while I was trading. You gotta have some sort of side income. If you're not, you're gonna dig yourself in a very big hole, dude. So I tell people to don't quit their job until you get 3 months. Unless you make 3 months of green, where you make the same amount of money as if you were at your job for 3 months, you can consider. Some jobs you can go part-time, other jobs you just can't. You just have to quit. So that's when you can decide. But ultimately, you need to show that you're profitable first. Otherwise, don't quit your job. If you have to trade London session or Asia session, do that. Just quit. Or not, don't quit. Just go trade London or Asia session. Like I said, dude, you don't need to trade New York session to make money. Here's my trades I took in Asia. And this is a draw on liquidity I caught out also to the paid members chat. I was telling everyone I was looking for pre-say high to get ran on gold. And I was in this trade. So everyone that took my trade idea of going long on gold, you banked. Either you took it down here when I called it earlier here, or you just take it later with this entry here. Like in Asia session, 2 wins or 3 wins, 2 losses. Came out, what is this? 8 risk reward, which is a lot. So if you're trading like, okay, let's do some math here. If you're trading like a 1K account, let's say you're risking 1%. What is that? That's $10. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what job, if you have a job or if you're working a job, that's like nothing. You probably need like okay, let's just say you're risking 5% per trade on a 1K account. So that's like what, $50 a trade? If my math is right. If you make 8 risk reward, multiply by 50, that is 400. So yeah, this is, I'd say, pretty solid, I guess, if you compare it to a job. Trading a session with a strategy, we just made 400 here. You don't have to trade New York session. There's too many people out there saying just trade New York session. That's just not true. Okay, I make a lot more money trading gold there in Asia than New York trading gold. Gold just moves better from my experience in Asia session. Like, sure, this is one example, but like, dude, this is bad right here. This is just consolidation here. Yes, I'd be in a trade, but point is I'd be in a trade holding for consolidation. While you can see we have very nice expansions during Asia. To the upside, very, very good price action on London. This is like exactly what you want to see when you're trading my strategy. Big ranges like this, you can make a killing. You can make 4 sword, 4 sword, 4 sword. Maybe you take 1 loss and a 5 sword. And when we have small ranges, it's much harder to trade. And I think that even applies to all strategies. Here's another example of expansion caught during Asia session. This was a trade I went to sleep and I just woke up to 9 risk reward in my pocket. So yeah, ideally you would need at least 1K to trade futures. Also, another hot take. But people say prop firms are harder to trade than a personal account. That's just not true. It's just not true. There's a lot of things you don't have to worry about when you're trading a prop firm versus trading your own capital. Remember, there's a psychological difference too. When you're trading a personal account, each trade you lose, it's like money coming out of, you can even save from your bank if you want to think of it like that. When you're trading a prop firm, the most you lose is just your activation fee and the combine fee or challenge fee. That's it. So for, let's say I lose 2K on my fundeds, I'm not actually losing 2K, my own money. It's just most I'm losing is however much those accounts times together combined is. Hold on, I gotta move this outline. I think something's wrong. Alright, screw it. We'll just lock it like that. Maybe there's a better, let's see if there's a better overlay for the chat box. Chat. I do not like that word. What the heck? I had a 15-second stream. I should probably delete that. %88 of y'all in green. Let's go. So record looking very good today. 88% of the free YouTube community in green, and then 100% of the course members and private mentorship students in green today. Remember, stick to your model. Whatever strategy you're trading, whether it's mine or whoever else's, if it works, just stick to it and you'll be profitable. It's just that easy. Once you break and simplify it down to that, it's just that easy. Just stick to your system and execute. No system's going to have everyday green. So if you have a red day once in a while, that's okay. Just know that's normal. So a lot of people think it's not normal to have a red day. That's just not true. I think last month I had 2 or 3 red days. So I'm not perfect either. But you want to make sure your red days are small though. Compared to relatively to your green days, make sure they're small and manageable, or you can really go on tilt and lose a lot. So try to keep them small. And if keeping your red day small requires you to either reduce your risk or just have a hard limit on number of trades you take, so be it. We're here to trade based on probabilities, nothing else. This is lead. You can view this as poker or playing whatever game, I guess. It's basically a probabilities game. That's what it is. It's not basically, it is a probabilities game. And, it's what you accept to get into full-time trading. If you're not ready to face a red day face on, trading is not the career for you. It's just not. Go back to working a 9 to 5. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm being dead serious, If you're not ready to take or handle that and accept the fact that you will have a few red days, do not trade and do not go full-time trading. This is not for you. Trading is high risk, high reward, but the risk is much lower when you have strict discipline, strict rules, and a strict trading plan and system that works. Otherwise, yes, it's high risk, high reward. My risk is very low in trading because I know if I just stick and be disciplined with good risk management and train my strategy, I won't be red by the end of the month. I can have a red day. I can maybe have 2 red days in a row, 3 red days in a row. But by the end of the month, that's the only P&L I care about. I don't care if I end today green or red. I don't care if I end 2 days in a row red. It happens. Especially back in May when price was very bad and it was chopping up. People would probably quit their trading strategy and switched. Let's say you had a green month every single day up to May when we were chopping up a lot. People were claiming it's the worst price action they've ever seen. I kind of disagree, I'm gonna be honest, but it is what it is. It's an expectation of the market, right? I'm not expecting the market to be perfect. It's not going to be clean every single day or even the whole month. So when I see consolidation like this, like May for example, I just accept it. You can either just don't trade at all, which is, if you want to call it, that's technically the best situation. If the whole month is going to be chopping price action, just don't take a single trade. It's better than ending the month red, for example. But if you have a robust strategy system, you've traded chop before, like me, you can trade it fine. Just be very strict on how you manage your risk. Trading those kind of conditions. That's all it is. To me personally, I don't de-risk. Someone's probably going to ask me if I de-risk ever on situations like that. I don't. I do not de-risk in my trading. The only time I de-risk is if I'm scaling up and my account size gets bigger to the point where I'm not as comfortable risking that monetary value amount per trade. Psychologically, it probably has a bigger effect on me. So I just de-risk my percent, but I'm keeping it consistent. So if I'm de-risking, I'm going to keep that consistent risk percent throughout the quarter, throughout the year. Right? I'm not going to switch up just because one day has bad price action, because that does mess up with your data. I'd rather just not take a trade. At that point, if you're going to de-risk and change your risk management all over the place all the time, at that point, just don't even take a trade, man. Don't even bother taking a trade. Like what? Just don't take a trade. I think people get too stuck up or addicted on taking trades, saying they had to take a trade. But once I accepted the fact that trading is all about decision making that makes you money, it's not about timing the markets, that's when I realized, okay, this is what I gotta do. This is the mindset shift I need. Instead of focusing on the amount of time I'm spending into trading, focus on the decisions I'm making while given that time in trading. That makes sense, right? Trading is about making smart decisions, not about how much time you put in. So that's why you see people unprofitable for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. They're not putting in smart work. If you're not putting in smart work, you're gonna end up nowhere, and you're probably gonna end up like in debt potentially, which is obviously even worse than just not trading at all. It's not considered good experience, because you could say that builds trauma in people, and that's just not a good hole to go down. So what I preach in the course to everyone, to my students, is trade smart, not hard. There's going to be hard work to put in, but focus on being smart with the hard work that you're putting in. It's very different than a lot of jobs, guys. It's very different than a lot of jobs, because you don't have a boss. Dude, could you imagine if you had a boss looking over your trading? You're probably, if you're unprofitable right now, I bet you you would have been fired like months ago, bro. If someone was looking at you trading and you're unprofitable consistently, you would have already been fired a long time ago. So let's keep that in mind when you're trading by yourself next time. You might have to fire yourself. Liquidate your whole account if you have to. Don't do that. That was a joke, but you guys get the point. If you want me, bro, if you want me to look at you trading, I guess I could start a service for that. But that's just like a waste of my time, and I think you guys should be disciplined to really lock in yourself when you're live trading. And don't try to BS and take random trades. We all know taking random trades is no edge. It's a negative edge in the market. The market is designed and programmed so that people that don't do their work ahead of time will lose. Like, I'll probably say it's a 100% guarantee over the long run that you will lose in trading if you have not done the work ahead of time and you just jump straight in. It's the reason why the failure rate is so high. A lot of people just jump straight into trading. Some people, they don't. Some people, they go and learn, but they don't do the back testing. So they don't know if they don't have confidence. If you don't have confidence, it's a lot easier to go on tilt when you're on losing streaks. You know, I'm gonna make a video at some point. I'm gonna discuss. You guys know the book Best Loser Wins. I hope it's a really good book. Would recommend audio book, whatever. Listen to it. But essentially, the topic is that the best loser wins in trading, because it's not about how you manage your emotions after you win. That's important in trading. A gambler can win a trade. Anyone can win a trade. But how do you manage your emotions when you lose a trade, right? Because that's what kills a lot of traders. They can't manage their emotions after they lose. So instead of sticking to what they had was an edge, they go on tilt and their edge is gone. You have no edge. Your backtesting has an edge. Your strategy has an edge up until you start tilting or making illogical decisions. Because once you make those illogical decisions based on emotions, you're not trading your strategy or an edge anymore. You're the same as a gambler at the casino. It's the same thing. So you guys just got to keep in mind, you know, got to treat this like a real job, because it basically is a job. Unfortunately, not people sensitive over a job nowadays online, but trading full-time is a job. Okay. I'm not here to goof around. I know like you probably a lot of people that do like entertainment stuff on YouTube that do all this like crazy nonsense, flashing stuff, doing whatever while they're trading. I don't do any of that because it's a bad influence, and it's just a bad role model for people that are trying to take this seriously, because this is a real job. People do this for a living. It's a real thing. And if you don't take it seriously, you're going to lose. Okay. So I don't want any of you guys to be in that state where you're losing in the markets. I want you guys to be those people that are coming out green. We have new vote coming in. We have 2 people at red today, 8 people green from the stream. And then let's see if the course members poll updated or not. Okay, so no updates. Still everyone's 100% green today from the course. Nice. Good to see. Geopolitical BS. What does that mean? What is geopolitical? I'm not too familiar. I'm going to be honest. I assume half of you guys on the stream are full-time trading. For, I guess, watching me at this time. Well, I guess it does depend on where you live in the world. Could be a different time, but want to check in on y'all for all the free YouTube members. How close are you guys to consistency? What do you guys think you're lacking that will get you to that next level that you think is missing? Is it like, so there's 2 main parts in trading. It's either psychology. Like if you really break it down, there's only those 2 parts, psychology or strategy. So it's either one of those. Risk management, sure, is another section. I tie risk management into psychology a little bit, just because if you're sticking to your rules, which means your discipline, your psychology is good, you're not going to have bad risk management. I do distinguish between risk management and trade management as well. So some people put those 2 together, but I define those 2 separately. How's it going, Gareth? Welcome to the stream. Biggest challenge is sticking to one strategy. Okay, so for this, how often, there's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself. How often are you switching strategies? Are you switching strategies every single month, every single quarter, every single year? If you're switching every single week, yeah, that's a huge issue. But if you trade a strategy for, let's say, 3 months, you learn everything about it and it still doesn't work for you, there's nothing wrong with changing strategies. I'm gonna be completely honest. If a strategy doesn't work, it doesn't work. Some people just have to admit that. Some people are also unfortunately stuck in their forever unprofitability loop, common to popular belief, because you'd be surprised. A lot of 90% end red. So there's a reason why a lot of stuff you guys hear online about trading is just a myth. A lot of people say don't ever strategy hop. I disagree with that fact. I think it's good to strategy hop if you've given something a true attempt and it just does not work. The premise behind you never strategy hop is taking into consideration ahead of time that every strategy works. Because if every strategy works, I agree, never ever strategy hop. But that's just not the case. Not every strategy works. So if not every strategy works, at some point you do have to switch, you know? So if you've given yourself enough ample time for each strategy before you hopped, that just means you still haven't found an edge in the market and all the strategies you've tried so far just don't work. If you're trading like multiple strategies at once in a single day, it's a different story. But my strategy is built upon like just how the market moves. Struggling to get it to click in my brain. Did you do back testing? If you did back testing, you would have confidence. I'd recommend, I'm not trying to do like a promo here, but I'm trying to help. I recommend you get the 100 Sword course, and then immediately after you finish the first session of Learn My Strategy, go do your back testing, because I can't guarantee someone's gonna be profitable, but I can guarantee people that join the course that you will learn a strategy that works. Because I've done the back testing of 4,000 plus trades on it. I've also had students do back testing as well on their own after learning the strategy for only 2 weeks, and it's green. So at that end, a lot of people at the end of the day is just once you find that edge, you just have to be disciplined. If you guys want, join the free Discord. You can do Control F and just look up back testing. Here, I'll send you guys a Discord link and the link to the course, but join up for a free Discord, do Control F in the server, type in back testing, and you will find the back testing results of me, and not just me, but also proof from many other course members that finished the course or did part of it, and they went straight to back testing my strategy. And you'll see it's proven to work. I'll see if I can do it right now for you guys and find a back test. So this is a back test. You can just do Control F. This is from one of our students in the course. He's only been here for 3 weeks now. But this is his back test on TradeZella of my strategy. So this is across, how long is this? 2 months, 1 or 2 months here, I believe. He ended up with a 49% win rate with a 2.76 risk reward, which is positive. That's a green risk reward. So that's really good. This is better than 50% at 2 risk reward. And you can see it's a very clean equity curve, right? Look at his equity curve back testing my strategy. It's a very clean equity curve. His green days are much bigger than his red days on average, and he has only a few red days. So that's another thing you want to look into when you're back testing also. Number of red days versus green days, that's important. And then let's see if I can find my back test. Matter of fact, his back testing I think might have been better than mine. I did my back testing back in 2023 because I have not back tested in a long time, because there's no need for me to anymore, because I've already done enough back testing back then, proven enough sample size that my strategy works, and then after live trading I built a ton of confidence. I know my system works, so there's no point in back testing for me anymore. It would be just a waste of time. But let me see if we can find mine. I posted it, I think, in free trading resources. No. Again, if you join the Discord, there's a lot of free resources as well in the server. So I'd recommend you guys just look through the free resources and check it out. G White, welcome to the free Discord. I see you're also in FX Replay. Cool. I think I've talked before in FX Replay or in the server. I posted my backtest in FX replay to server, I believe, in testimonials. I think it's been a minute. Where is it? Oh, oh, there it is. I found it. So this is one of our members' bad tests on my strategy. Here is my bad test. I bad tested the entire year of 2023 right here, as you can see. And for those that are interested that want to change truly trajectory of your trading, meaning I'm going to guarantee you'll literally get a refund if my strategy just does not work. So if you bad test my strategy and it doesn't work, you'll get a refund. That's how confident I am in that my strategy works, because there's already proven results by all the members here that have done their bad testing on my strategy that it comes out green. So the only thing that would change your bad testing of being profitable versus you live trading not profitable is just your emotions. So that's something I cannot fix for you guys. You guys have to work on your emotions. But I truly believe, from my personal experience trading these years, is that once you have a good strategy and good edge, you have a lot of confidence. And with a lot of confidence, a lot of your psychology issues will go away with confidence. Because if you don't have confidence, you will have more psychology issues. This is why I tell people you want to do strategy first, then psychology second. Too many people are just too focused on psychology when a lot of psychology issues can be remedied by a good strategy. So yeah, also forgot to mention, you can use the code today to get 100 off the course. Just use the code STREAM, and you can, get your easy 100 off. The price of the course has increased since last time. I'm never gonna bring it back to the original price that was a long time ago. As the group gets bigger, I add more value into the course. The price is just gonna go up from here. So for people that are getting in now, which is considered early, you're getting it at the best price possible. Use level 2. Nope. Once I saw you say level 2, Billy or Bill, 100% no. 100% no. I tried in the past. It's too order flows, to me, it's way too discretionary. I like to trade based on candlesticks because candlesticks are 100% mechanical. Like my strategy for your entry models I teach, all of them, I have several different entry models, and I tell you guys what is the highest probability entry model to use in different situations. It's all 100% mechanical. So there's no saying, oh, you took a different trade, for instance, right? In terms of your entry model, it's the same entry model. So whatever you guys see, the trades taken today, 3 back-to-back winners. This is the one I called out literally live to Discord for. So if you're in a course or if you have the mentorship, you get access to the private trading group. And I called this out to the Discord. So I don't know if you guys can see this on stream, but here's a screenshot from Discord when I called it out. I also called out the direction of the bias. I was telling you I was looking bullish. You can even see the arrow here. I drew out inducement in the arrow here. I was telling everyone, look for buys only. That's what happened today. Look, we got a nice quick little scalp short and then just took only buys today for the rest of the day towards this tie, which eventually got hit. So my draw on liquidity and prediction of the market was right. Again, order flow to me is useless, unfortunately. I know there's people probably believe a lot of the people online the trading order flow. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but for me it didn't work. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. For me, order flow trading did not work. It was too discretionary, and I don't like to trade in systems that require years. Some people claim years and years of experience. I'm not trying to take 5 years to become profitable. No offense to you guys that are still unprofitable in 5 years, but I'm not trying to take 5 years to become profitable. Okay, I want to learn something mechanical, something that's replicable, something that I can easily learn and generates good results. That's what I have to offer in the course with my strategy. There's very little discretion in terms of entry models. That's why I don't like using order flow. Because level 2, I assume, is the same thing as order flow. People put those two together. Because I used to pay for level 2 data when I was trading options, but nope. It just doesn't help. Like, a lot of people that are proponents of order flow or level 2, They say look at the buyer and seller aggression. You know what's crazy? How do I can know that there's more buyers than sellers just off a candlestick? I'm just really confused, guys. Someone educate me on this order flow stuff going on. I think it's like a new wave, kind of like ICT trading. It's a new wave that everyone's trying to hop on and say they trade order flow this, order flow that, seeing the institutional order flow behind the candles. Bro, no. Just no. Like, what are you guys doing? Do you really think you can see institutional order flow publicly for free? Like, if that was the case, wouldn't you have like almost 100% win rate? Like, what? It just doesn't, even if you knew where they're buying, there's institutions on the other side. There's not one institution. Too many people think there's this one big market maker. It's not how it works. There's tons of them, and they're competing against each other. This is why seeing where there's large volume of orders does not matter, because there's going to be large volume of orders on the opposing side as well. No, not off of volume. I don't even have the volume chart on my chart anymore. I just, like, for example, how do I know there's more buyers and sellers here? If we have an engulfing candle, that's basically an easy 100% mechanical way to identify there's more buyers. Because look, this is how I see it. This is 2 minutes of price. Price opened up here, right? At 305. So that's the opening price. Keep in mind, that's the opening. Where is the closing price after 2 minutes? Right here. So what's the formula? What's the net formula to determine who is winning? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Close minus open. If this is positive, we have no more buyers. In this case, we have more buyers than sellers. The close after 2 minutes is higher than the open. I don't understand, like, when people say, like, it could be a fake out. I just don't understand how this would be the reversal situation where this is more sellers than buyers. If we have an engulfing, I don't trade engulfing candlesticks, by the way, guys. Okay. My strategy is completely different than this. I'm just saying this is just an example. Just speaking from a mathematical perspective, this is just like how it works. If the net is negative, there's more sellers than buyers total. Wouldn't volume confirm what you're looking at? I'm not too sure like what that really entails, to be honest. Because like I said, like let's say the volume was low on this. Are you gonna say this is basically like a fake out? I just don't believe that. I'm gonna be honest. But if you have the data, show me it, because I'd love to see it. So if you have data collected on like 100, 500 trades showing that this is, if you get like a bullish candle, for example, with low volume, it's a fake out, I'll believe you. But until someone backs it up with evidence like that, I just don't believe it. It just logically doesn't make sense to me. Like, trying to understand here how there be more buyers here with less volume. This would be more buying volume than selling volume. How would this be like the opposite? How would this be like less selling volume or more selling volume than buying volume? I don't know. I just don't get it. It just never made sense to me from a logical and a math perspective. So that's why I stopped trading order flow. I tried for like 6 months, guys. It's not like I was strategy hopping either. I tried order flow for 6 months. I'll tell you guys what I tried. I tried Delta. I've tried level 2 data that you have to pay for. I tried Bookmap, which is extensive order flow, right? You can see all the bubbles. You have literally a Delta thing. You can reset every second or minute if you want to, and it tells you which side is winning, buyers or sellers. But when I was looking at the Bookmap thing, literally it's the same thing as seeing a candlestick. So to me, I was just like, this is just noise to me. To me, it's just noise. There's no such thing as like a holy grail in trading, man. There's different ways to trade. As long as you can find something that has an edge, trade that. Otherwise, if it doesn't have an edge, just quit. Stream Elements, yes sir. If you're enjoying these streams, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's try to hit 20k this year. We shall see what's up. What's up, Zebra? Welcome to the free Discord. I like your bio. Probably backtesting something new so my kids won't have to. It's a very sweet bio right there. You got, bro, you even got the trades in his Steam name tag. That's when you know you're serious about trading. But yeah, man, recommend you guys, if you still are struggling to find an edge and want results like these two, these are bad tests of my strategy. It's a good sample size of each one. I'd recommend you get the course, use this code today. You can get $100 off today with code STREAM, and then complete the first section. Once you complete the first section, you can just go straight to backtesting to save yourself a lot of time. And then you'll notice when backtesting the strategy is profitable. Once you come out with profitable results, you can finish the rest of the course. Because the rest of the course is kind of like about optimization and a lot of trade examples of the things that I teach you in the strategy. So it's just a ton of examples of how you apply it in different scenarios. If you want to watch the whole thing first and backtest, you can. I'm just saying for people that want to find, I guess, the most efficient way of determining whether or not to stick with a strategy or to switch, finish the first section, go do your backtesting. Recommend FX Replay. It's very good. So this is FX Replay. This is what I used. This may look different to you guys because this was back in 2023 or 2024 when I was backtesting, and their dashboard has changed in terms of the UI visuals since. I honestly really like their old one over their new one, but that's my personal opinion. FX Replay, TradeZilla. All right, you can use either one. I personally liked FX Replay more. Well, I just like FX Replay in general more. I think it's very professional. You can add tags. They've added a ton of features now. I think you can even access the seconds. But again, seconds to me doesn't apply to my strategy, so it's not really matter. But recommend FX Replay, guys. It's the easiest, most efficient way to basically determine if your strategy works. And you can get a lot of trade sample size. I can't remember how long this backtest took me to do like 329 trades. But it should not take you too long, man. It shouldn't take you too long because in backtesting you can skip through candles, so it's not like you have to sit through every trade. So skip through. You can even jump sessions from FX Replay, so you can like jump from New York session to Asia session to London session, or just jump from New York to New York to New York instead of skipping, wasting your time through all the candles. A lot of features in FX Replay I do really like and enjoy. So if you want to check out, I recommend using FX Replay. TradeZilla is more so a better platform if you want to journal your trades, or use my journal template I have provided for you guys in the mentorship. That's 101. Or if you just want to buy it separately, it's also in the WAP. The reason why it's 97 for the trading journal is because it includes like it includes 638, I believe is the exact number of trades I've taken live, documented. So if you just want to go over and look over how I trade briefly, you can go through the journal and you'll see I have screenshots for every single trade. So 600 plus screenshots of every single trade I took with my strategy. You can learn a lot from those. But if you want to use FX Replay, you can also get a discount. I don't remember how much the discount is. I think it's 7 or 15% depending on which country you're in or something. Some countries have a discount apparently automatically applied already. That's what FX Replay told me. But you can use the code JTRADES for FX Replay and you can get a nice little discount on your subscription, and you don't need it for long, man. You can just do like 1 month. I think that's ample time, depending on the situation, but I think that's ample time to get a good solid backtesting and then to see basically how well a strategy works. Again, highly recommend backtesting. People that say to never backtest, don't listen to them, because I don't want you guys losing money live trading something without having confidence in it. It's just, I just don't understand the logical reason to why people say to not backtest. Just doesn't make sense. Okay, just does not make sense. You want something repeatable. That's what I have to offer for you guys. And let me add one more thing here. Discord chat. Oh, I was gonna set up a bot command, but if you just want to go to a direct link and check out the reviews for the course, you can click the WAP link. It has a direct link to verified purchasers, and only people that have verified purchasers can leave reviews. So you can, if you want, you can check out the reviews on the WAP. We're so far 5-star reviews only, and I'm hoping to keep it that way. The more success my students get, the more positive reviews will come in. Still fairly brand new, so join up if you're interested. Gonna add a few more commands here. This is curious. What's up, Hawaii? Are you new? So I can memorize most people's names. Some people I don't really remember, so I assume you're new. But what's up, man? What's your question today? I also used to join the stream chat when I live stream on YouTube in a Discord, but I think some people don't really like talking like one-on-one, so I'm cool with just talking to the chat. FX replay. What was the other thing? What's it about? I'm going to test out a bot real quick to see if it works. Guys, you can ignore the links. You don't have to click on them. Does that work? Let's see. It's just for the Stream Elements bot. Oh, snap. Use code JTRADES to save money on FX Replay. I got you. Let's see if this one works. Oh, discount? What is it? Oh, it does work. Okay, cool. Nice. Just testing out the bot here real quick for y'all. I'll be posting a YouTube video later today going over trades taken. It's a brief review. I'll post it in the course modules for those that are interested. I'm learning the exact entries and why I was taking the trades I took today. I'll show you guys here briefly for those that just joined the stream. We took 3 back-to-back winners on ES today in New York session for 3 risk reward, and a 2 risk reward here. I trailed my stop loss for this one, so I got hit out here. Originally, I was going for the high, but you can see, obviously, probabilities happen. It didn't go for the high, so I got out a 2 risk reward here. And then here's a screenshot of me calling out this trade live to the course members. So you get access to this private trading chat when you get the course, 100 risk reward course. I caught this 3 risk reward banger trade here going long right here. Some of you guys held it all the way until the highs. Other people TP'd, mainly like me, slightly earlier here when we were consolidating here. But yeah, here's a chat or a screenshot just from the Discord. I told everyone my bias too, man. This is predicting the market. In trading, you don't just react. You got to predict, because what happens is if you just react, like think about a lot of things in life. For example, weather apps, weather channels. Do you really think they're just reacting to weather spontaneously? Hell no. They're predicting. Nowadays, we have machine learning models they can use, things of that nature. But point is, they have a solid baseline and foundation of an objective way to predict the weather forecast for tomorrow, the week after, in the days following, right? We all use the weather app. If you go outside, at least you guys all know we use the weather app before we go outside, or most of us do at least. And so it's the same thing way I view trading. You can't just react and not predict in trading. It's where a lot of people go wrong. I'm telling you guys, there's too many myths online about trading. I don't know who came up with these myths, but I'm debunking them to tell you guys the right path, because a lot of people ignore what a lot of people say online about trading, because you realize that if 90% are losing and majority of people are on trading social media, what do you think is going on, right? It just means the majority of content you see on social media is complete BS. So don't follow the crowd. Okay, in trading, you never follow the crowd. You follow the 10%. You don't follow what majority of people are preaching. One thing majority of people are preaching, which is, what was I going to say? Only react to the market. This is completely not true. I can trade my strategy with limit orders and still be profitable by predicting using my proven backtested strategy. Okay, so like I said, don't just react to market, you got to predict. It's the same thing with weather, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to say it's hot right now, so it will be hot tomorrow. Or hot for the next 10, 20 minutes. Like what? I'm trying to, if you need prediction. The point is you need prediction models, okay? But yeah, here's just a screenshot from Discord, like I said. In a Discord server you guys get access to once you get into the course. With my trade ideas and executions chat. Recently opened this chat up so you guys can see my exact trades. This is the one I called out for a Discord. We had a few people take this trade with me. So in terms of results today, everyone in the course ended green, and all the private one-on-one mentorship students ended green as well. We had one private mentorship student that took this exact long for 3 risk reward with me. And then we had someone else take trades during the ADIS session. And apparently they made like 10K. So good results to see. But money's not the focus right now. It's focusing on the process. Hawaiian Blood said, I'm glad to be here. Gain a new follower for sure. Appreciate it, man. Glad that you found my channel. I don't know how a lot of people find my streams. I know why people find my YouTube videos. It's probably just from search or from title. But yeah, glad you're here. Glad you are here. Again, for those that want to get the course today, I'm giving you guys a sale. So you can just use the discount code. It's in the chat here in a second. Just use stream. If it doesn't work, let me know. Try all capital. It might be case sensitive. I'm not sure. But you'll get $100 off today if you join. And then we have another question. Curious, were you or are you a quant? Nope. I do in my free time after I'm done trading. Let's say I'm not trading ADIS session. We had a banger New York session today, so I'm probably gonna take ADIS session off today. And then last ADIS session we cooked gold. Absolutely cooked on gold with the trades. 3 wins, 2 losses, but because of risk management, trade management, whatever you want to call it, high risk reward trading, come out 8 risk reward green. But yeah, I'm very satisfied. Also, I forgot, today's Friday. What the heck? Yeah, what am I saying? Can't even trade today anyway. It's Friday. Yeah, so on days like these or on the weekends, I do watch like quant stuff in my free time, just on YouTube, just for fun. I'm not saying I'm going to be a quant anytime in the near future. Quant trading is another level. It is much harder than retail trading. Contrary to popular belief, people think that institutions, because they have access to a lot of resources, that it's a lot easier to trade. You can view it like that, but also that means you need a lot more knowledge to manage those resources. If you have tools and resources but you don't have the knowledge to understand them, there's no use, there's no good in that, right? But I do watch quant stuff in my free time because I do at some point, I think when I grow my account to like a huge like a massive amount where my strategy stops working because of liquidity issues. Because if you just join, you don't know, I trade a personal account, so all my trades are going straight to the market in terms of liquidity. And so once my trade size gets big enough to the point realize there's a huge liquidity issue. At that point, retail strategies online will not work anymore, and I'd have to adapt. And that's when quant trading comes into hand, because quant trading, they have a different way of trading because retail strategies just don't work for them. Because I'll explain this quickly here, explain it briefly last time, but like, let's say you enter, if you're a retail trader and you enter short here, you'll get filled here. Basically, if you're trading futures, if you're trading Forex, you might get filled a little bit later here. But if you're trading like an institution with, let's say, $100 million, instead of, let's say you enter here, but your entry is probably going to be down here. It's just an example for you guys. So instead of getting this nice, let's say you're targeting this nice 3 risk reward trade, you might be only get a 0.5 risk reward trade. And if you guys don't know, edge and EV comes from risk reward and win rate. So the formula for EV, I have a calculator also on my website. Feel free to check it out. But the EV for win rate, or EV formula, is just your win rate percent times your average RR of your winning trades minus losing rate percent, which is just 1 minus win rate percent, and then times your average RR of losing trades. So let's say you win 50% of the times, and let's say you win 70% times with a 1 risk reward average for your winning trades. I already know the calculation of this because I memorized a lot of this, but your losing rate is going to be 0.3 times 1, obviously, and it's an EV of 40 or 0.40. So if you have a 80% winner at 1-to-1, it's a 0.6. If you have an EV or 70% at 1-to-1, it's 0.4. So that's a formula quickly. This is not even quant stuff. This is pretty simple math here, but something to keep in mind, right? So like, you can see how like why quants or big firms, they don't trade retail strategies like we do. It is because there's no edge. It just won't work, So let's say you were trading, here's a very good example. Ooh, I have a good example. Let's say you were trading a strategy with a 1-to-1 risk reward. I'll make it as simple as possible, right? With a retail account. So normal size like us, right? So let's say you're trading even 10K position size. Nothing too crazy like the millions. Let's say your strategy is 70% at 1-to-1. With a retail account, you'll get filled here, and yeah, this is a 1-to-1. But let's say you're trading the same strategy, but with like 10 million, okay? Like a hedge fund. Let's say you get filled down here. So now, instead of getting a 1-to-1 risk reward, you're getting, your win rate stays the same, but your risk reward gets cut a lot. And at this risk reward, it is negative EV. So you actually will be losing over a long run. And your win rate, if you do break even manage, your win rate will also get affected, because look, you cannot manage your trade really here at all. Price is so close to your break even or entry. If you enter it up here, you can manage your break even, but you can't really manage your break even here the same anymore, can you? So a lot of people, they don't consider liquidity when it comes to trading strategies because they trade prop firms. I don't blame you guys, but I'm just saying, like real institutions, hedge funds, they're trading the real market. Okay, they're trading actual money, and they're putting actual money into the market, in and out. They're not actually trading. They're not trading demo accounts like hedge fund or like prop firms. Okay. Let's see. Have you ever or recommended something to track gamma, delta? I talked about delta recently today, but to me, I'm just not good enough, I guess, to trade order flow. Who knows? But to me, it's too discretionary, right? Unless you have a robot doing your formula calculations for you and you're trading order flow, that's a different story. That might be something that quants do. I'm not sure, but no quant is looking at order flow. Dude, there's no such thing as a quant looking at order flow, using their eyes and being subjective and say, I'm going to enter here. Quants don't trade on experience or discretion. They trade on 100% mechanical systems because they're using robots. So if you guys don't know, quant traders are the ones building algorithms behind trading robots, and they're automating their strategies. So it's not like retail trading where you're mainly trading. They're automating their strategies, so there's no discretion involved. And there is a few, I know some firms, I think hedge funds, there's a few people that do manual trade, but 80% of trading volume nowadays is just robots. But if you do want to get into quant, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be much harder than being profitable as a retail trader. Okay, you can look at the success rate of quant trading, it's much, much lower. The odds of getting accepted into certain quant positions is like 0.2%. So it's a huge difference of success rate between quant and retail trading. So I would say, unless you're really smart and you're a genius, you're not going to become a quant. I don't think I'm good enough to become a quant either. Because again, all this trade knowledge I have here, the basic foundations, sure, can carry you to quant trading, but how I trade is based on technicals, and how they trade is based on different things. So it doesn't really, it's not going to give me too much of an edge, if you know what I mean. Especially when there's people studying quant specific things, or I'm competing against in interviews. I'm not going to be able to beat them. But from my experience, just watching a lot of quant interview stuff on YouTube, they ask a lot of probability questions that are like very theoretical. So they want to see how you think in terms of probabilities and what decisions you'll make in periods of stress. So a lot of stuff is like questions that almost seem impossible, basically. I don't even know even now if there is even a right answer to some of the questions that I've seen. But yeah, no, it's definitely some crazy stuff going on. You can even sample, if you want to try, you can even try to just, actually, no, I can't say that online. I was going to say you could just test out, don't troll, but like just test out applying and see if you get an interview for quant position. And you'll see basically, yeah, the questions they ask are like, I don't even think there's a right answer. I don't know how they judge it, but yeah. What's up, IJH? How you doing? Guys, just join. If you have Discord, join the free Discord. So free Discord has a lot of good resources for people, especially that are new to trading. If you're wondering what's on the screen, this is Trazella. This is FX Replay. These are 2 back tests of my strategy I teach you guys within a 100 Risk Reward course. You can get that course for $100 off today with code STREAM. This is my student's back test. This is my back test. My back test is from 2023 when I was still working on the strategy and optimizing it. This is my student's back test based on what he's learned so far, 2 weeks into the course. Now he's on his 3rd week with us here trading. But 2 weeks into the course, he's done very amazing results in terms of his back testing. Knowing this shows that he has a good understanding of my strategy and proves my strategy has an edge. Had a good week. Nice, dude. I had a really good week too this week trading. Bill said a lot of people green today. Yeah, we have 79%. So usually trading is like 50-50 a lot of times. 79% is a pretty big majority. Yeah, a lot of people green today. I'm telling you guys, dude, the price action today was great. If you missed today, better luck next time. Better luck next time, man. 100% of the course members ended green today. 100% of the mentorship students ended green today. So it seems like basically everyone was green. So my week so far, I was looking through my executions channel, adding everything up that I sent to the group. If you want to join the group, it's in the 100 course. This is a bonus you get. But so far the week, we're up around 35 to 37 risk reward. So if you're risking 1%, that's 37%. If you're risking less than that, which is what I do, it's lower. But those are some baseline metrics you can kind of go off of to determine how good my strategy is, my edge is, and whether or not you want to learn more, and how you can do the same with me. Again, I guide people in my group, so it's not just a course. You get access to me inside the package. You have a huge community of other traders. We all trade the same strategy. There's no strategy hopping in the group, meaning like we're all trading the same strategy, which is my strategy. I don't want everyone else. I don't want in the group like people that are posting screenshots of other strategies in there. It's gonna confuse people. We stick to just purely my strategy in the group, and that's what we're trading. And for those that are funded also in that group, reach out to me. I'll give you, I'm mainly giving people the name tag for funded. So if you don't have that and you want it, if you just want to be cool, I guess, you can reach out to me and I'll give you the access to the funded role. You get access to a new chat that I opened up for funded members only. But so far our rate right now is, let's see, 25% of our members so far are funded. So we're going to try to go for 50%. A lot of you guys are new to the course. So obviously I'm not expecting you guys to get funded like on the first day you join, but we'll try to get that number at some point to 50% and beyond. So very good statistics in terms of number of people getting funded. Now let's just focus on consistency, y'all. Now it's time to just focus on pure consistency. Okay, with consistency comes profits, not the other way around. How much risk reward is everyone else up this week? Quite curious. Some of you guys trade different strategies, different systems. Some of you guys trade my strategy. So different varying results. My results roughly is 37 risk reward this week. So that's my results, 37. You guys can post yours if you want to. Welcome Matix to the free Discord. We're doing a giveaway at 1,000 Discord members. So we're currently at 742. So about 260 more, 258 to be exact. I'm doing a free giveaway. So if you want to participate in the free giveaway, join the Discord ahead of time so you can enter later into the giveaway. Specific details regarding the giveaway will be posted later once we reach that milestone. It is a very big giveaway, by the way, guys. Just to let you guys know ahead of time, it's a very big giveaway. It's not your typical $100 or $200 or $300 giveaway. We got a big giveaway coming up for 1,000 Discord members. One more thing before I end the stream today. There is one thing I want to show you guys. Well, not show you guys. Send it to you. Send it to you guys. All right. Here's the link. It's a Google Doc or Google form. It's just asking for you guys feedback, suggestions on what type of videos you guys want to see on the channel moving forward. So far, my channel, we've done a lot of live trading, like some of these live streams. If you're cashing the trades I'm taking on live, you're literally up a lot of risk reward. I think you might be up 20 plus risk reward, including all the trades we've taken on live. But my live win rate so far on streams is around 72%. Pretty solid risk reward with you guys here. So make sure to have notifications on if you don't want to miss these future live streams. I'll do this like I said, once in a while. But if you want to see me live trade with a group, basically every single day in the channel, I would highly recommend you get the course so you get access to stuff like this a lot more often. But that form, you just fill it out, and essentially it's just getting feedback from you guys on what you want to see on the YouTube channel. So far, the content has been a lot of educational and live trading stuff. If you want to see like lifestyle stuff, for example, if you want to see other stuff like that, put it in the chat or put it in the form. I have it so that I get access to all y'all's responses in one place so I can look over them at the end of the quarter, look at what things you guys are looking for, and try to make content that aligns with my values and your values as an audience. So this way we have like a mutual respect of each other and not just something that's one-sided, you know. So yeah, not saying that your request will be 100% guaranteed that you put in the form, but it's just something to reach out to see what you guys want to see. What type of content you guys think works best for you guys to learn and to trade. But I think there's a ton of value already on the YouTube channel. I almost have 1,000 videos on this channel. It's crazy. But again, highly recommend you guys go check out the course, I'm gonna be posting a few trade recaps in there going over this week. So if you want to see what happened this week, like I said, I posted everything in the live executions channel for you guys already. But if you just want like me talking through the trades, again, you can go to the last session of course. I post all the trade recaps in there. So there it is. Ending off with that, there's not much else here. Again, like I said, if you guys are unprofitable, here is my solution for you. You get the 100 short course, use code STREAM for $100 off today. You join the group, you get access to the course, you get access to my entire strategy. There's 4 sections, one section for my entire strategy, learning it. The other section is psychology and how to properly data collect and journal and backtest. I think that's very important. And then there's another section for advanced concepts. It's kind of like bonus stuff if you're interested. And last section is just full on trade recaps of specific trades, when to take what trades, when to not take what trades, when to stay away from the markets, when to trade during the market and take advantage of great opportunities where you can have a very high win rate and risk reward. And now after you do that, sign up for FX Replay, go do your back testing. Again, you can use my code for that if you want. If you don't want to use my code, it doesn't matter to me. Sign up for FX Replay, go do your back testing on my strategy, come out with the results, send results to the group, share results, share your trades, share how it went for you. It should come out green. Like I said, from my students, all my students I've done back tests so far have been green. There has not been a single red back test for my strategy. Meaning if you just follow what I tell you guys with the mechanical checklist and the strategy section, you will come out green. Just be disciplined when you're live trading. That's all I have to tell you guys. I see you guys in the next live stream. All right. And if you guys want to chill in the Discord, you can. Any questions and such. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.